You already know if I'm busting out the wonderful one wheel, it's time for a campground review. This one, we're in Flagler Beach, Florida. Let me run up to the front. This campground is unique because it's Flagler Beach. We're actually about 35 minutes north of Daytona Beach and about 40 minutes south of St. Augustine. It's uniquely placed in between the two. And it is probably one of the parks that we have splurged on to start this year out as we travel. We actually boondocked for 7 days prior to coming here because it was like, oh, it's gonna be a little pricey. The fact of the matter is we kind of wanted to experience it and be right on the beach with our new RV. So that's why we're here. Smaller park, about 150 sites from what we can tell. And as you come in, you have an entrance on one side, this great little shop that's right here. The cool part about the shop, they still allow you to get Amazon packages and mail, believe it or not. So it's a great, they're very friendly. Everything's there from fishing poles to whatever you need. It's pretty wide because it's a smaller park, right? So the park's divided into basically two areas. You have this one area that overlooks the water. So you have beachfront, and right over that is a wall, and then the wall you have the ocean and walking on the sand. And you have sites that are on the other side, a little cheaper. So it's nice. And then on the other side of the road, you actually have some additional sites that are even cheaper that you could walk across the street. So there is plenty of room. It is an older park, so most of the spots are only 60, 65 feet long. There are two unique spots, they call them premium spots, and we're actually in a premium spot because we needed the more width. It is harder to get into because it's on a little bit of a slope, but it is beautiful. We got to put down the decks and overlook the water for this week and just enjoy hanging out with everyone. Not everyone knows who we are, of course, so where they all come down and check out the RV, we get to have some great conversations. So this park though, well worth it. Here, let me show you. Let me come over here. The weird part about this sand is it's not like hard and compact. And so riding a bike or riding a one wheel, you'd have to go up a ways where you can actually drive on the beach. If you go up to like Crystal Beach area, or you can go down to Daytona Beach area, you can actually drive on the beach there. So it's interesting because the way this is set up, it's not as touristy because it's in between the two places. So as far as the cost goes, the sites that are right along here, putting the deck down, overlooking, you're gonna be looking in that $200 range. Like I said, it's a splurge for us. And then the sites that are a little off, they're like $150. And then if you go across the street, which I'll take you over there in a second, those sites are gonna be about in the $80 range. They have off-site parking. So like if you have an HDT, we unhooked and then was able to park in the off-site parking and be completely out of the way, which has worked great for us. And we just go with the Bronco everywhere. But as you can see, it's a really cool park. It's just different. You're gonna be driving to different things and seeing some different things. But if you're here, sometimes the destination is just to sit on your back deck, listen to the ocean waves every night, and just enjoy it. Fun fact, we actually even got to see a Starlink rocket launch off to the north side, or I'm sorry, off to the south side of where we're at. And it was actually beautiful. It was at night, and so everything glowed. So that's another added perk if you're staying here. Let me take you across the street. If you're thinking about a cabin, that is a possibility. They range anywhere from $210 up to like $325 during bike week. But you can stay in a cabin right off the ocean if you're looking for something a little different. So just right across this entrance is this entrance across the street. And again, the whole park total is probably 150 spots. These are a little smaller basically for travel trailers. They do have a couple A's in here that take up the whole thing, but it's more of a laid back area. There's a lot of people that will come on this side and just stay for 3, 4, 5 months, and from what I've learned anyway. And then the truck is down here. So like I said, you have off-site parking if need be, and then you can just literally walk across the street to the beach anytime you want. So that's a perk. They told me a lot of the stuff like Bike Week and some of the other times, 4th of July, things really go up around here. But they've got all new sidewalks in. It's just really nice. And honestly, with being Flagler Beach, right over here I think is Town Hall even. So it's a very small, tight community, but it is pretty neat. So we're at Beverly Beach Campground, and I think this is also known as a little thing called Beverly Beach as like a township area. Not quite sure how that all ties together. All right, that completes it. Nice little campground, great little spots, have full access to. So if you're ever in this area and you're wanting to try something different, look for a different campground. Hopefully this gives you some sort of idea, but look at the view off our deck. Come on. We've really enjoyed hanging out here. So I love doing these little campground reviews, and we'll keep you posted because it also shows big rig friendly stuff. But to me, anyone with the toy hauler is a big rig nowadays, and it comes in handy learning how to navigate some of these RV parks. All right, that being said, until next time, I'm out.